Hello, baby.
Hey everybody, today's Thursday, and today we are going to make two Pinterest recipes. We're going to make 7-Up biscuits and chicken and biscuits. So we're going to use the biscuit recipe to go along with the chicken and biscuits recipe. Here are some of the items that you're going to need. You're going to need some chicken. I had cooked a chicken before. This was some frozen chicken. I just pulled it out. We're going to need some butter, parsley, celery, sour cream, biscuit, a lemon, some thyme, onion, carrots, some chicken broth, and 7-Up. So I'm going to prep the carrots, the celery, the onions, get them ready so we can start with the next step, and I can show you how to get everything together. I have the carrots peeled. I have the celery ready. I'm getting ready to chop the onion and also the thyme, and I think that's it for right now. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my little handy dandy chopper so that everything is all the same size and all the same consistency. Like I said before, it helps everything to cook evenly if all of your vegetables and such are cut in a similar size. Everything will cook evenly. And one of the other things that I do, and I guess I learned it from Rachel Ray, is I always have a little bowl to get rid of all the junk, the skins, the stems, the whatever. Okay, so we're going to chop this onion up. And we're going to put it in here. I love this little thing. It's very small, but it's very powerful. Pack it in there. And I want this to be a smaller chop. So put this in the bowls. See? The onions in there. And I'm not even going to clean this out because all of this is going in the same pot. Okay, so the celery, we'll do the same thing with the celery. Chop that down. Chop it. And as usual, we'll attach the recipe to the video so you can follow along. Celery. You see how fast this thing really works. It's like 3 pulses, 4 pulses, and it's pretty pulverized. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna chop up the carrots. So I'm going to just leave them in here because we're going to cook up the onions and the celery. Okay. Alright, so what it wants me to do is preheat my oven to 375 and grease a 9x13. We're going to make it a little smaller dish of it. So I'm going to adjust the ingredient levels just a little bit because it's only for 2 of us that are eating this probably tonight. So, grease that. To the oven, 375. Alright, melt butter and toss. Okay, 3 tablespoons of butter. Butter. We'll start over here. 3 tablespoons of butter, which is pretty much this whole thing. Okay. Let that melt down. Onions over. Salt, pepper, sprinkle of flour. Okay, so we're going to let this melt, and then we're going to add the onions and celery. Okay, so the butter is just about melted, so let's add this onion and celery. And now it says basically to cook this down for about 5 minutes until it gets translucent. So let this go around a little bit, move it to its thing. Carrot over here. Oh, try not to throw that on the floor. Carrot. I don't know if we're going to use that whole thing of carrot, since my husband's not the greatest lover of carrots. Just like that. Okay. So the next step, also, one of the ingredients is thyme. So I have a couple here. I just wanted to show you. This is fresh thyme, and basically it looks like a little stick with some leaves on, and you pull it down like this. Very easy. Whoops, you don't want the big stick in there. Somebody might not enjoy that very much. It's nice to have fresh herbs. And then I'm just gonna chop it. Just leave that there. Oh, it smells so good. I used to have an herb garden that I had lemon thyme. Oh my goodness, it smelled so good in the summertime. Okay, let's see, what else do we need? We're going to need some lemon juice, so we're going to cut this while we're at it. So this will be ready to go. The carrots in. I let mine get a little more than translucent. I like to brown a little bit the onions and the celery. I think browning your vegetables gives it a little bit more depth of flavor. So let this go for a little bit. Check what the next instructions are. Okay. Also going to change something up a little bit. I'm not going to use flour. I am not a flour lover to thicken gravies. I am a cornstarch girl. I like cornstarch. I think it's velvetier, it's easier to use, and especially if you're somebody who has a problem making gravy, cornstarch is the way to go. No lumps. Just remember, always put the cornstarch in something cold, not hot. If you add it to hot, then you will get lumps and problems. It won't be a good gravy. Okay, so add a little salt and pepper to this, turn it down a little bit. Running a little hot there. A little bit of S&P. Salt. Oh, I was so happy I got some good coarse black pepper at the restaurant store. Love coarse pepper. Okay, a little bit of that. Alright. Now we're going to mix this around, and we're going to add cornstarch. So I added cornstarch a little bit to a little bit of the broth. So we're going to add that in here. And then stir it around a bit. Oops. Kind of disappears, but it's going to thicken everything up. And we're going to add this. This is 2 cups of chicken broth. Add that. Need that little bit of thyme. It's over here. Over here. Add it. Okay. Bring to a boil. So this is where we're gonna bring this to a boil. So we're gonna turn this up a little bit. And I can see it's already getting a little thick. And let's see, a half cup of milk. Milk ready. Pour stuff into a liquid measuring cup. You want to kind of look down and make sure, because it can be deceiving. It can look like more than half. That's half. Okay. Cup of frozen. I think we have everything. So now all we're just waiting is for this bad boy to boil. It looks like it's getting ready. The chicken. Good directions. Directions do not say anywhere where you add in the chicken. So I would guess, I think what I'm going to do is, after we put the milk, the peas, and some of the lemon juice in, we're going to add the chicken. Because that kind of seems like that might be the most logical once it's thickened. Do its thing. Chicken here, ready to go in soon. And the boiling is going to help thicken. You can see it's getting thicker there. So we're going to add the milk. Lemon juice, and I'm going to hold it like this. Not that much, not too much. Lemon juice is supposed to brighten the color, or to brighten the flavor of chicken dishes. So we'll see how that does. Ooh, it's sticking out pretty nice there. It's going to be a nice gravy. And when we pour this into the casserole, then what we're going to do is make the biscuits, and we're going to put the biscuits on top of the casserole. Alright, so I think at this point, how about we add the chicken? So, this says 2 cups of chicken? 3 cups of chicken. So, I think a half a chicken is probably about 2.5 cups of chicken. This is going to be really good. I'm getting very hungry. It smells very good. Just a little bit more. Let's stir it around and see what it looks like. Yeah, that's thickening up very nicely. So you can never go wrong with cornstarch. And then you also don't get that pasty flavor from flour. That looks really good. think that might be enough chicken. Okay, so let's turn this off. And basically it says we need to pour it into the casserole dish, bake for 20 minutes at 375, and then we're going to make the biscuits, and then you pull it out after 20 minutes, and we'll put the biscuits on top, put it back in the oven for another 12 to 15 minutes until the biscuits are done, and then we're going to have some delicious comfort food tonight. We're going to make the biscuits now. So, have the recipe off of Pinterest. I'm going to add that to the video, and it's basically 4 ingredients: Biscuit, sour cream, 7-Up, and melted butter. How hard can that be? So the recipe is makes a 9. I am so bad with it. Makes a 9 by 9 square pan. So if you double it, it'll make you a 9 by 13. So we're going to double it. So the recipe is going to be 4 cups of Biscuit, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then we're going to put some in here, because when we roll it out, we're going to need some on the surface. Okay. Then you need to cut in the sour cream. So the sour cream, we are going to need 1 cup of sour cream. So I made the mistake of thinking that I would use a liquid measure for the sour cream. I did try this one other time, and the biscuits got kind of flat. So I'm going to actually measure it and measure out 1 cup with my dry measuring cup. Okay. So that's a half a cup. And we need 1 more of that. Now this recipe is a pretty wet batter. So that's one of the reasons why you need the biscuit out when you roll it. So you can handle it a little better. It doesn't stick to your hand so bad. Okay. So that's that. This over here. Alright, so we're going to cut this into the biscuit. I have a pastry cutter here, and it would help if I held it the right way. And while you guys are gone, when I put the chicken casserole into the oven, I realized I made a mistake and forgot to add the frozen peas. So I just pulled it out and added some of the peas to the mixture while it was in the oven. And hopefully it'll be okay. It's okay to make mistakes. Sometimes you can fix them like that, and sometimes you can't. But I think it probably would have been okay without the peas too. But let's do this. You can see it's a pretty wet kind of dough. It's kind of sticky. I took my rings off so that it doesn't get all stuck in my wedding ring. Okay, so now to this, and you want it to be kind of crumbly like that. To this, now we're going to add the 7-Up. And the 7-Up, we're going to add 1 cup. that. I also melted the butter, and I'm going to put it in this pan because we're going to put some of the biscuits in this pan. So I'm going to put it in here. Now if you're making the biscuits just as biscuits like this, not using it on top of the casserole, then this is what the directions, how the directions follow, is you're supposed to add the melted butter to your pan. Okay, so let's do 1 cup of 7-Up. I'm not exactly sure what the 7-Up does. It must, I think it gives a little bit of sweetness, a little flavor. And I guess I would think that the bubbles and the carbonation would activate with the Bisquick somehow. So we'll add that. And we'll stir that in. You can see it's very fizzy and very gloppy wet. Don't worry, it'll turn out. Just mix it all together. Let's see how close we have 8 minutes left yet for the casserole. We're doing pretty good. I think we might have it done in time. Okay, so I'm at the point where it looks like pretty much everything is mixed together, and then we're going to knead it. So we're going to put some of the, Bisquick out here. I love this little island. It's movable, it's stainless, it's kind of like my everywhere I do everything with this thing. Alright, that might not be a good idea to hold it. Probably need to. So let's put it out onto the Bisquick. See what I mean? It's very sticky. So that's why you want to make sure that you put your hands in the Bisquick and work it in. That way your hands won't stick too bad. And we're just gonna move it around like this. And as you keep doing that, it keeps picking up the Bisquick and making it easier. It's a beautiful feeling dough. It's very silky feeling. So as long as you put the Bisquick down and don't put your hands in it first without the Bisquick on, you should have a very nice dough. It's beautiful. And you don't want to knead it too much because you're gonna work all the gluten in there, I guess, and then it'll make your biscuits kind of tough. Alright, so I tell you not to do that, and then I go and do it with the rolling pin. So just put a little bit of that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll it out like this. I saw a pretty cool way to do it on Pinterest. So, and it says you want it to be pretty thick. So, do it like this. And then we're going to turn it. And we're going to try to do that. Oh, well, it kind of worked. Okay. It worked. This is my great-grandmother's rolling pin. I think about her every time I use it. Used to make pies with her when I was a little kid. Milk pies. Alright, so now I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to go this way with it. Now you can use a biscuit cutter if you want. I'm kind of going to let them freestyle. Because we're really only putting it on top of a casserole. So I guess if you wanted it to be pretty, you could even use cookie cutters and make really pretty biscuits. So we're going to try this. So let's see. I think we're going to put these funky ones in there. Now maybe we should wash our hands up first. So here are the biscuits. I'm going to add them to the pan. Put these funky ones in here. And we're going to put the other ones that are more the shape of the pan that's in the oven. Alright, so we got 4 of those, and 2, 4, 6, 8. So it made 12 biscuits. You want to put it in the oven and bake at 450 degrees until golden brown, about 15 minutes or so. So when we come back, I'm going to show you, I'm going to put these on top of the casserole. We're going to put it back in the oven, finish cooking it, and then we should be ready to eat. See you then. Alright, welcome back everybody. Alright, we took the chicken casserole out of the oven. You can see I added peas to it. And what we're going to do now is put the biscuits on top of the casserole. I turned up the oven to 450 degrees, and once it reaches the temperature, then we will put these into the oven. So let's put these on top of the casserole. Oh, this looks really good. Yeah. I don't know, we might have to make more room. Might only be 6 biscuits on here. Alright, so let's see. What can we do? Can we squish this over a little bit? Maybe we can make skinnier biscuits from this. See, cooking's always about improvising, figuring out. There you go. See? Perfect. Add that one on there. Might be for somebody who doesn't want too much of the biscuit. And I think there might be somebody here. Maybe my camera person. Alright. I'm going to put this, and we're not wasting. So we're going to put that little piece of biscuit in there. Alright. Perfect. So we're going to put this in the oven for 12 to 15 minutes until the biscuits are nice and brown, everything's bubbly and delicious, and we'll be back when it's all done. Okay, we're back. It's out of the oven. Oh my goodness, look at that. It looks absolutely ravishingly delicious, and I just want to like dive into it. It's really super hot. So I'm probably not going to taste any of it. I think I'm just going to put it in the plate so you can see. Look at that. Oh wow. My husband is going to be so happy with this. And we are going to pour that over top of that with the gravy. I think maybe the gravy could have been just a little bit thicker. But wow. That looks delicious. I hope you guys try it, and I hope you subscribe to my channel. Check me out on Pinterest, and like I said, this recipe is going to be posted to the video, and I will see you next week. Have a good one, everybody. Bye.